So before starting like our little chit chat video, I wanted to show you guys this situation I have going on right now. So do not mind the hangers. I was just organizing my closet. If you guys haven't seen how I like organize everything or decluttering stuff, you guys can watch this video up here. But yeah, this is the aftermath of like decluttering clothes. These are all the hangers I have left over. I did put them up there, but they kept falling, so I took them down. I have them in this plant pot, and I'll talk about the plant pot in a minute, but I wanted to show you guys this. So the other day, I decided to try these shirts on. The black one fits me great. You guys have seen me wear these in all of my videos. I wear the same thing all the time. I don't care. But this is just too tight on me now. The sleeves are like up to here, so it doesn't really fit that well. It is a size medium, but it fits like an extra small, so it's definitely time for it to go. Oh no, I'm trying to show the clothes. Why are you doing this? Hey, do you want to give Mama a kiss? Do you want to give Mama a kissy? No? Okay. These sweatpants are too big on me. I purchased these last summer, and this is what I always tell you guys, like, I make mistakes too. It is what it is. I wanted a pair of sweatpants like this for those days I'm on my period. I just feel, ladies, you know what I'm talking about, where it's like you just don't want to wear leggings because they're just too tight, and you just don't want to feel restricted as it is. So a pair of like sweatpants work great because it's very like loose fitting, but I tried so hard to like these, and they are just so big. Like the crotch part goes down to my knees, so they just don't fit me well. I asked my mom if she wants these. Even though they're not gonna fit my mom like perfectly, they're probably gonna fit like how they fit me, because my mom and I are like the same size and things. She likes baggy sweatpants for laying around the house. Like ever since I was a kid, I've always seen her in baggy sweatpants. So I asked her if she wants these, and she does. So that's good. These are gonna go to her. I don't plan on purchasing sweatpants anytime soon. Maybe down the road I'll probably go to like a thrift store, like maybe next year. I'm just not trying to spend any money on clothes unless I really have to. So this is not something that I truly need. It's just about comfort. But when it comes to like those days on my period, I can just wear my pajama bottoms because those are pretty loose. They're not tight, or like, you know, the waistline is not, you know, causing any like restriction like the leggings do. But yeah, so this is the stuff that I'm decluttering. Also, my boyfriend's gonna go through his closet again as well and get rid of more clothes whenever he has like free time, because he is working a lot. So whenever he has free time, he'll go through his clothes, get rid of some, and then put them in the pile, and then I can just bring this with the rest of his clothes to the donation bin and give this to my mom. Moving on to this part right here, I purchased this plant pot a couple no, I would say last week I purchased it, and I am so excited to finally repot that plant. Like, you guys see this, the size difference, so that's small, medium, and they even had a large version of this. They had it in different colors. They had even a nice beige color, like the beige that I like, but I wanted something a little bit sleeker looking. And I like the fact that this one comes with a drainage situation at the bottom. Again, I have the hangers in here just for now. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with them. I don't want to get rid of them, even though they are extra right now because I have everything all nice and organized. I might just put them down there, even though it's not going to look completely neat. But I'm still thinking on where to put these hangers, so they're going to be sitting in here until springtime. But I wanted to show you guys the bottom. As you guys can see, nice drainage situation going on in there. More drainage holes than a regular plant pot. Because a regular plant pot always has just like that one hole at the bottom, and this has multiple holes and slits, which I'm excited about because that means there won't be any like root rot or anything like that. And it is lightweight. It's I don't know if this is like plastic or like fiber, like I don't know. And it is very flexible. I don't know if it's like fully plastic because it doesn't feel cheap, but it is flexible like sometimes like plastic pots are. So yeah, that plant has been sitting in that pot for, I want to say like since 2019. If you guys go back to my old videos, or for those of you that have been with me for a while, you know that I've had this setup forever, and it was in my living room. These little wheel things I actually purchased in 2020 because this plant was just so heavy to move around. So that's why I bought the wheels, to make it easier for me to move around. But then we moved here and it's hard to move that with carpet. But I know when we move, we won't have carpet. We'll have just tiles or, you know, a regular floor. So those wheels will come in handy again one day. But when it comes to this plant pot, we are going to smash it in the parking lot. We're going to do like, you know, that whole situation together. I'm not going to film it because it's just going to be an in and out thing. We're not supposed to even be doing these kind of projects in the parking lot. I just don't have like the room to like put a bag down and deal with the soil on. I don't want to get I do not want to get the carpet dirty. And where the tiles are, there's just no room. And I know you guys are probably gonna be like, oh, just do it near the kitchen. We have like that random chandelier. So this plant is really tall and it does hit the chandelier. So there's like no room to do this kind of like repotting project in order for me to like film it like I used to film my repotting sessions in the beginning of my channel. So I'm gonna do it off camera with my boyfriend in the springtime. And I still need to get soil, and I did order, let me get up from this, I did order new poles because these are completely moldy now. I know it sounds so disgusting, but these moss poles do not last forever. Like I said, I've had this set up for about, I don't know, 5 years, or is it 5 years? It's around there. I don't know. I don't remember when I got this plant, but I do remember that I've had it since my first apartment. And this was the only plant I decided to keep because it was only like one leaf. My boyfriend purchased it for me for my birthday, and this is what it grew into. It is very leggy. And it's just like this state is just not healthy. Like a monstera shouldn't have that much, like, I don't know, like length. It should have a lot more fuller leaves. So moral of the story, I am replacing everything. This is all getting replaced. I already purchased new ones. It's a whole project. I also purchased something for the leaves, like a spray to protect them. I've been doing a lot of research. So yeah, it's easier to afford to like work on one plant instead of a bunch of them. So my goal is to spend less than $50 on, you know, repotting and things like that. Like that plant pot was, I think it was like $13 or $14, which is great. I think that's pretty cheap for a plant pot like that. And we're also gonna have to break this plant pot. It's not gonna budge when it comes to like getting the roots system out. There's barely any soil as it is. So yeah, wish me luck on this project. This is a really big deal. I do not want her to break. But the one thing that has been helping out so much that I purchased like right away due to the lack of sunlight here, like it looks like the sun is coming in, but it's not hitting this way. It's always hitting up. And I'll show you guys like the natural lighting here because I have my camera light like on. All right, so that's the natural lighting here. As you guys can see, like it's not really, like the sun doesn't hit fully. And this apartment's pretty dark. I'm not complaining. I really, really like this apartment. This is the most modern apartment I've ever had in my life, or I've ever been in terms of like living. But the lighting is different because we're like tucked away. Like our apartment building is tucked away in the back. So the sun doesn't really hit enough for plants. But yeah, let me brighten the camera up now. Thank goodness for these cameras, like when it comes to like brightening up the lens, I love that feature. But anyways, with knowing what I know now with the lighting and how crucial it is for monsteras to have a decent amount of lighting, I purchased this like plant ring light. I know you guys can't see all the colors because it's not my camera's not going to pick them up, but there's pink, yellow, blue, and white all around this plant light. It is working so well. You can change the lighting settings, so if you want it on like a low light, you can do that. I put it on the highest setting because monsteras love sunlight. And I purchased this a month ago, and look at what came in. A whole new leaf just from having this light. Now, I don't expect this leaf to be giant. It looks like a juvenile leaf, but that's really good when it comes to like sign of growth again, because usually what happens is like there'll be a juvenile leaf, and then after that one there'll be a nice big leaf. Now, I don't expect the leaves to be this size. This happened in 2020 because our balcony had amazing sunlight in our studio apartment, the old place we were in. And from here, it went from like that size from our studio apartment to this size due to the lack of sunlight. So I'm hoping that this helps. And when the summertime comes, I am going to move this plant to my side of the bed. That way it can get a little bit of like natural light. I mean, it's not a lot of natural light. But I don't have the monstera next to me these days because it is super cold out, so the draft that's coming through the windows, if I have my plant there, and also the heat, I don't want her to have any damage, because I did have to trim 2 leaves. I trimmed one here and one over here. I chopped them down. They were completely yellow like this one's turning a little bit yellow as well. But ever since I got the light, it kind of stopped the yellowness. And I think this is the last variegated leaf. Oh no, this one is. Yeah, this one's the last variegated. These two are the last variegated leaves. So this is a variegated monstera. You could never tell because the variegation is just not there. I think this leaf is also dying as well. So needless to say, she needs a whole makeover. My goal is to get her happy, in a decent state. I was gonna like chop her down. I don't know if I still want to do that. I heard it doesn't really do a difference, or like, I don't know. I wanted to like chop her down from here and then propagate her, and then put like, once when the roots come out, repot her in that pot with the regular plants or with the main plant, and then maybe like it could create a fuller plant. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I would like for her to be a lot fuller and less leggy. Like, I don't want a lot of height, I just want more leaves. So even if she was to stay short and just have a bunch of leaves, I would love that. But I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm still doing a ton of research with other YouTube videos. I think I've watched like 50 monstera YouTube videos by now. And I'm just trying to re-educate myself, because even though I know like the basics when it comes to plants, like I'm really good at reviving plants, like pothos, snake plants, I'm amazing at reviving those. But when it comes to a monstera, and a variegated monstera at that, they are a little bit difficult to repot and get back to a healthier state. So we will see. And yeah, I'll definitely let you guys know how things go. I just wanted to give you a little update. I will have that light link down below, and I'll try to link that plant pot. I know with Target it's a hit and miss. Like, whatever they have out right now, they probably won't have out in the next couple months, because they never like repeat the same things when it comes to plant pots and decor items. Target's known for just like, all right, if you want it now, get it now, because you're not gonna get it next year. This one's gonna try to sunbathe with whatever sun is coming in. Milo, what are you doing? You're so beautiful. Look at you, so healthy. I love you. Alright, so it's gonna be a little bit bright because the sun is like peeking out, and I'm right next to the balcony doors. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. This is gonna be like the end of the vlog. I know it's such a random small vlog, but this is gonna be like just chit-chatting, like you guys are on like a FaceTime call with me. So the first thing is this product right here. I want to mention this because I found a way to not get aggravated with trying to take this product out of the packaging. The product is amazing. The packaging it's not the best. And I hope Pacifica changes the packaging one day, but you know, we're just waiting for that to happen. And as we wait, I came up with an idea. So I have this Osea body butter and we recently ran out of it. So I decided to clean the jar, and I grabbed my face mask and I cut the top part of the packaging and the sides, and I grabbed as I'm talking to you guys, like, look what I'm dealing with over here. Hi. Hey baby. He just wants to show off over here. So yeah, like as I was saying, I just scooped out that product into a glass jar. I scooped it out with a small spatula. We have like this spatula that's long and tiny, and we use it for our peanut butter jars. But I just scooped out the mask, the face mask with it. And then when I was done with the spatula, I put it in the dishwasher, and that was it. So yeah, this is how it looks. I'm gonna open it for you guys so you can see. Hopefully you can see the product. It works amazing. Like this method where I can just dip my hands in, clean hands obviously, but I just dip my fingers in and then do a nice face mask. So there's no need to make a mess anymore with the original packaging from this product. And this is the method that I'm going to do for now on. This product doesn't need to be refrigerated, but I do put it in the refrigerator because I like the cooling feeling. But if you do not, you can keep it out. It doesn't really matter. And also this product, this particular face mask doesn't expire until like 2 years. I don't see this lasting me 2 years because I do a face mask once a week. And then when I have breakouts like this, I haven't done this face mask this week. These breakouts just came out of the blue with being stressed out. But with these like little breakouts that I have going on due to stress, I am gonna do this tonight like as a spot treatment. So if I have like a pimple, whether even if it's a breakout around here or on my breast area, because I do break out over there too, I will just put a little bit of this on, wait till it dries, wash it off, and then add some moisturizer, and that's it. So this face mask is to help with acne prone skin. It does make your face a little bit dry, your skin dry, so you do have to follow up with a moisturizer right away. I just wanted to put that out there as a disclaimer. This is not a hydrating face mask at all. It is supposed to help with acne, which is to dry it out. So yeah, that's enough rambling about this. I will have coupon codes down below for Osea and Pacifica. You guys know I always have some kind of coupon code down below. This is not sponsored. I just wanted to show you guys this cool idea that I came up with. And again, you can use any kind of glass jar, or not even a glass jar. You can use any jar you have at home. That way it's just easier to scoop out and put on your face instead of trying to squeeze the product out of that silly tube. So now that we got that out the way, right now I'm just going through some video ideas, kind of multitasking with you guys listening to me. So I'm going to talk about the shows and movies that I have been watching. I will say we haven't been watching a lot of stuff because when I do have free time, I try to go take a nap and shut down my mind because of how stressed I've been lately. And I don't really want to talk about that on camera. I've been saying this, but I don't want to come off as whiny and negative. Like, I want to stay positive for you guys. So yeah, we're not going to get into any of the reasons on why I'm stressed. A lot of people like to take my videos out of context, so we're just gonna talk about movies and shows now. But anyways, the first show that I have been watching by myself, because my boyfriend's really not into this kind of stuff, is this show right here, The Watchful Eye. So what this show is about is this girl gets a job at this luxurious apartment building. So only like rich people live in this apartment building, and she is the nanny for one of the kids there. I think he's like 7. She's the nanny for him because his mother passed away. And you guys will see all of that on how she passed away in the first episode. And you can also watch the trailer, and they say this in the trailer. And I went in with this show like with a blind eye. Like, I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what it was about. It just had like that airy, spooky vibe. So I just started watching it. I didn't watch the trailer until after I watched the first episode, because trailers do ruin certain shows, so keep that in mind. But if you want to get a feeling on how the acting is, you can just watch the trailer. But what I got out of it so far is that she's not there to just be the nanny, she's there to steal. So she's looking for this rare ruby or diamond, and the father of the child apparently has this ruby. And I'm not trying to add any spoilers. Even if you look up the blurb of what the show's about, this is basically what it says. Yeah, she's just babysitting the kid to get this ruby. And there's a lot of things that are in her way, and she feels like she's being watched 24/7, hence the name of the show, Watchful Eye. But it's such a good show so far. I love the mystery. I love the spookiness about it. I like that you never know what's going to happen. Like for the next episode, you just never know what's going to happen. And it's been keeping me entertained. I have my fingers crossed that it doesn't get canceled. I feel like every time I get into a show like this, it gets canceled, and they're never renewed for a second season, so it's like I wasted my time. So fingers crossed it doesn't get canceled, because I really like this show. The next show is something that I never thought that I would watch, and I just came across it one day, and that is called National Treasures: Edge of History. It is good. It is a little corny and far-fetched. It is Disney at the end of the day, but it's still good. We just find it interesting. They are relying on some things that happen in history, in real history. So it's very interesting to see like treasure hunting, and I don't know. I like it so far. It's self-explanatory. She's just this girl. She was born in Mexico, then she came to the US undocumented. So she has the stress of being afraid of being sent back to Mexico, so she's dealing with that part of her life. And then you get to see like real history, certain parts of real history where they're talking about this famous hidden treasure, and she didn't know about it, and she didn't know that her family was trying to find it to protect it from people, like bad people that want it for bad purposes. I hope I'm making sense. I do not want to ruin the show, but it's good, okay? It is a little corny at times, but I promise you it is a good show. The singing part and the dancing I am not into. My boyfriend's not into it, so we always fast forward the singing and dancing. There's not much, it's just random spots here and there, so we fast forward that. We're not like a singing, dancing kind of family. We're not into that stuff. But if you're into it, I'm not hating, okay? Disclaimer, not hating. I just don't like it, and I just fast forward it. But that doesn't mean I hate the show. I think the show is amazing. But it is on Disney Plus, this show, and then The Watchful Eye is on Hulu. I forgot to mention that. And as for movies, all right, so let's just get into, let me see, I have 3 movies. So Glass Onion, I think everyone has watched this by now. It is so good. I love mysteries. I've already watched the first one, which was, what's it called? Oh, Knives Out. Loved it. And part 2 did not disappoint. I thought it was great. Yeah, there's not much to say with this, because I feel like if I go into detail, I'm going to ruin the entire mystery. But this is on Netflix. It's a great movie. Not only are the people in the movie trying to solve the mystery, but like as a viewer, you're also trying to solve it. So I really like that aspect of movies like this, where it's like, all right, let's see if you were right, because the characters in the movie are not doing too good. Let's see if you can solve this mystery. Another movie that we watched that wasn't a mystery, it was more of a comedy, and that is You People. It's on Netflix. Jonah Hill, Eddie Murphy, Lauren London. There's a lot of famous people in this movie. It is really good. I liked it. I laughed. It's a comedy, yet it has a lot of serious topics in this movie. And I respect this movie. I really like it. I thought it was pretty real, especially when you're in an interracial relationship like myself. My boyfriend is Dominican. He's from Dominican Republic, and I am from the US. So, you know, there's certain things that, like, my sisters watched this and they didn't get it because they're not in a interracial relationship. So they probably, like, a lot of people aren't going to get this movie. But for those that do get it, do you like it? Like, for me, I like it. And I totally understand about the certain, like, stereotypes and scenarios Yeah, I thought it was different, and it was different to see Eddie Murphy serious, because I'm so used to him being funny. It was crazy to see him like switch like that and play a serious role. Same thing with Jonah Hill. His role was very different too, because I'm used to him being like the funny guy. So I thought it was a really good movie. I know it's not getting the best reviews, but like I said, I liked it. My boyfriend loved it. And I thought it was something nice to watch. And I think it's cool that Netflix is doing movies like this, because it is very different. I've never seen movies done like this in a tasteful way. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And the last movie I want to mention, it is a horror movie. For those of you that don't like horror, don't watch this. It is intense, and that is Sick. I thought it was done very, very well. I believe the person that wrote this movie also wrote Scream, but I think that's why this movie was becoming popular within the horror community. And I thought it was phenomenal. The acting was on point. I was on the edge of my seat watching this. I watched it by myself. My boyfriend's not into these kind of movies, and that's okay. Horror is not everybody's cup of tea, and I totally get that. Most people prefer something a little bit more subtle, because horror does create stress for some people, and I get that. For me, it doesn't. For me, it creates comfort. I know that sounds so weird. I love horror, and this movie is so well done. There's so many twists in this movie that I didn't know who the killer was. It's about these two girls around 2020 when the pandemic happened, and they went to one of the girls, her cabin, her family's cabin. She's rich. They had a nice little area to themselves to quarantine, and then nighttime comes and someone did follow them there, and he's trying to kill them. So yeah, your typical slasher, but it's not your typical slasher, because the ending is just like, what just happened? I've already watched it like 3 times because I like it so much. This movie is like, I should do like a ranking. Let me know down below if you want me to do like a ranking of my favorite horror movies and my not so favorite horror movies. I feel like that would be cool to like chit chat for my horror fans, like an extra video, because I love talking about movies, and like especially like horror movies. I love it. So, like, this one is right up there with my other favorites. If you know, you know. But yeah, if you haven't watched this movie, it is on Peacock. I'm not sure if it's a Peacock original, but if it's not, I hope Netflix brings it onto their platform, because I see this movie blowing up. I see it becoming like a cult favorite over the years. Right now, only like the horror community is talking about it. But this same thing that happened with Jennifer's Body, with that movie with Megan Fox. When I was in high school, that movie came out. No one liked it. Everyone thought it was super lame. And then fast forward to now, 2023, Jennifer's Body is a cult classic. It's considered a very iconic horror movie. So things do change over time. So I see this movie getting credit over time. I cannot do a shows and movies recommendation without one horror movie. Like, who would I be if I didn't mention at least one horror movie? But let me know down below what you have been watching and any recommendations you guys want to throw at me. Also, let me know if you enjoyed this chit chat vlog. I know it's completely different, but we have to mix it up every now and then. So on that note, I will catch you guys in the next vlog.